So that was a big fear driver for me, was the fear of what I don't know.
Describe some of your fears going into this, and what was overcome?
Yeah, for me, it was, I didn't really know many people personally that had ever done a startup. I come from a long line of dentists. My grandpa, his two brothers, my dad and his four brothers, they're all dentists. I got first cousins that are dentists. And so here are all of my family members who I love and trust. They have all acquired practices, really. And so, Packard Family Dentistry, has been around for a while, and it kind of got handed down each generation, and it very successful. And I guess a startup was never really on my radar until I started looking at acquisitions myself with my wife. And I mean, I looked at a dozen, 2 dozen different 50 different, tons of different practices. And my wife and I would always leave thinking that there was something missing. And I knew what I wanted as far as how I wanted to practice dentistry. I had this vision in my mind, and I thought, surely it's out there somewhere. And I kept looking for it, and I couldn't find it. And then that idea crept in my mind of a startup, because it didn't really seem like a reality to me in the moment. When looking back, my thought process was, I'm going to find the practice of my dreams. I'm going to find this ideal practice that I'll be able to associate for a year and then buy and take over, or whatever it may be. And I never found it. I don't know about you, Ben, but I didn't come across it. I didn't find this like incredible practice that I have today, now, that I knew was possible to create. And ideal practices helped me create it. My vision, like you mentioned earlier, Ben, it wasn't Ideal Practices' vision. It was my vision. They helped me realize, asked me the right questions, brought it out of me in a way that I couldn't even have done for myself.
Like for me, so my background before dentistry, I ran a commercial painting company, and I've had a couple different businesses before I went to dental school. And so when I did my startup, I knew the challenges of running a business. And I knew that if I wasn't the smartest person in the room, I was in the right room. So that's what I knew in my startup. I wanted to be set up from the start with the best potential outcome. I wanted the best people in the room with me, telling me, teaching me, guiding me, coaching me, counseling me, so that I had the best potential outcome. And my practice success is, mirrors the fact that I picked the right team. I mean, some of the fears that I had, though, probably like every dentist doing a startup: empty chairs, dental insurance, accounts receivable, financing. Where do I put the thing? How big should my sign? Like, there's so many decisions. Like, I remember sitting down towards the end of the build out phase, getting ready to open, and having to go through decision after decision, and getting decision fatigue, like getting to the point like I just can't do another decision. And I couldn't imagine doing that without coaching and guidance. Like, to have driven the entire process solo, I can't imagine the number of mistakes I would have made. So that was a big fear driver for me, was the fear of what I don't know. I'd run businesses before, but those were completely unrelated. So I understand bookkeeping and fundamentals of business, but the business of dentistry, man, that is an animal that's I'm still learning about, 2 years into practice ownership. So that was probably my biggest fear of driving, is just knowing that I needed to have smarter people around me to be successful.